Hey guys, so I'm going to walk you through making a budget. And I have a few different steps that I want to walk you through. But the first one for the calendar is actually income, which is this box, and then the 70-20-10% rule. So if you've never heard of the 70% rule, I'm going to touch base on that right now. So basically, if you have a fluctuating income, it's really hard to pay bills like that, right? Like, you're like, we don't know what the full amount may or may not be this week, right? So you want to take the last, I was going to say 3 to 6, but right now, because of the quarantine, I'm going to say like 6 to 12 months. If you can pull up 6 to 12 months of the past year of all of your income and do a weekly average. So if you know, like 1 week at work, it was like booming and you got tons of tips, and you know, normally you say like, oh, I average like 150 a night, but I got like 500. You don't want to put 500 because you don't want to assume you're gonna get 500 every night. You want to take the average in between those two. So that's the first thing actually with income. So on the calendar it says income, and you can either put a pay date, you're not gonna be able to see it, a pay date of when you're going to be paid or where you're going to be paid. I put that because if 2 people are working in the family, you might want to put, like, for example, my husband, like Adam's pay, Carrie's pay, Adam's pay, Carrie's pay, and like fluctuate it if you get paid like opposite weeks or the same weeks. Or you could put like job number 1, job number 2, and you can be more specific, like waitress or, you know, grocery store, like wherever you're working or your husband's working. So then you know where it's coming from, and then you put down the amount. And like I said, if you're tips based, commissions based, I would go back 6 to 12 months. And if you are those tips based especially, you probably got paid cash and you probably don't know. So I would say start right now keeping track of what tips you make on what day, and go from there. And usually if you're tips based, you do get like a little bit of a base pay, so you can definitely start there and go from there. So hopefully that's not too confusing, but you want to gather all of your income amounts and make an average. Or if you have like a salary job, that's what we do. That's what Adam has currently. You just take, you know, the salary, and this is all after our health insurance, our retirement, taxes, Medicare, Medicaid, like anything that the state takes out, plus our retirement and health insurance. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's it. So then you're taking your pay that actually gets deposited into your bank account. And from there, now we can go into the 70% rule. And the 70% rule is you want all of your bills. So let's see, on the calendar, you have your utilities, your cash accounts, and your sinking funds. You want all of those under 70% of your pay, or like 70% and under. So just for an example, if you made $2,000 in the month, so like $1,000 one week, $1,000 the next week, that equals $2,000, right? So 70% of that is $1,400. So you can start there by just knowing like a baseline of if are we overspending, underspending. So $1,400, you want all of those under that amount. So then you have 20%, which would be $400, and this is extra money that can go for savings, debt payments, stuff like that, trips. If you're in debt, you shouldn't be doing anything extra. So that should be going towards your debt. And also if you're in debt, you should be below the 70% line. You gotta like cut all spending. So then there's 10% left, because right, we got 70, 20, 10. 10%, we believe in tithing to the church, or like a giving fund for our church, or whatever. So then when you add all that up, it equals 2,000, right? So that is a baseline. So do this, and then from there you have your 70, 20, 10% ready, and you have your income either listed or you're going to try to figure out your income for the next year based on last year. And of course, I know that we're dealing with the virus right now, but the reason we're making a budget right now is so that you can look down. I can look down at my budget and know what I can cut out. Like, I'll just look at my budget actually. I can see where we have extras that I can cut out that aren't necessities, right? So that's like a whole different topic. So I hope you can figure out your income and your 70, 20, and 10%. And let me know in the comments below if you have any more questions.